Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. In my hands is the Walking Dead Deluxe number 10. Now, this is a really interesting issue in that it is the introduction to Herschel's farm and some pretty key characters, not just Herschel, but his daughter Maggie, who obviously became such a huge part of the series. So, picks up from last issue. Last issue had Coral was shot accidentally while hunting. They get to Herschel's farm to help fix them, and we get introduced to a whole bunch of characters and a hell of an ominous ending. I remember reading that ending the first time I ever read the series and just went, oh shit. It's an interesting comic in that, this is one that really kind of drives home that some of the aspects of the normalcy in an attempt to do that. Obviously they're dealing with Carl, I have to stop myself from saying Coral. Carl is recuperating, and everyone's in this location that's got food, somewhat safe, some interesting people. Like there's this sense of kind of some tension, but it's relaxed at the same time. And then you get the really interesting back and forth between Maggie and Glenn. And what's interesting is, like, one, Maggie does not look like Maggie. She's clearly grown as a character over the years, and I think it's going to be really interesting. I totally forgot what she looked like when the series started. The other, and what Kirkman says in the back, I think in the back matter, which is really cool, is that he really didn't intend for her to become such a big character. Glenn was supposed to hook up with the oldest daughter, whose name's Lacey, which I don't even remember Lacey. So I think it's kind of fascinating to see that, this was a character that he didn't intend to necessarily become such a huge character. And he, looking back at it, really likes the way he went about it. Like, this is a low-key introduction. It's not something there where she, like, jumps out and you're sitting there and be like, oh, she's going to be super important. She's just kind of introduced as, like, the daughter. And I think there's really some really interesting stuff of, reflecting on what's happened. You've got Rick having to deal with his son being shot, and does he forgive the person who did that? You've got the death of another character, and someone mourning that, and that someone having, like, two kids that rely on him. And then we kind of get that twist at the end, showing yet a different way of mourning as well. So, I mean, it's a real interesting issue in that, like, it's down and it's time for a lot of people to reflect. I mean, you got Tyrese dealing with his daughter, and Glenn reflecting on his situation. So it's an issue of reflection. It's good. Like, this is a really, really good one. Again, it emphasizes that this is a series that is about the human interactions and not about the scares. I think that's something that a lot of people to this day don't seem to understand. They want a zombie, the zombie stories that we know about that are people running around killing them and doing really cool action scenes and scares and stuff like that. Like, that was never the point of the series. And I think this issue is a big one that really emphasizes that and really plants that flag of, like, this is what it's about. It's about these characters surviving, attempting to move on, and dealing with the ramifications in this new world. That's the point of the series. The art continues to be interesting in that, we get the colorization of the series. I'm going to go with every single issue. I'm going to say the same thing, is, like, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about the colorization. Like, it definitely changes the mood a little bit, but it's kind of fascinating. I don't think I did the intro, so for those who don't know, written by Robert Kirkman, art by Charlie Adlard, coloring by Dave McCaig, who's the big addition on this, and lettering by Rus Wooton. Kirkman also has some backing material in here where he puts down his notes and talks about his notes and kind of reflects upon them, which I think is really, really cool. I would love to see more comics doing that. It's fascinating to kind of get these small little insights as to what he thinks about the series, what he did, what he might change, and what he totally forgot that he meant to do. Overall, like, it continues to be a fantastic series. I think this is a really key issue. If you've never read The Walking Dead, like, going back and rereading, or not rereading, but reading the series for the first time this way, it's a great way to go about it. It's out every other week. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead and been a fan of the series for a long time, go back and go get these. Like, the extra material is really cool, and to be able to go back and explore the series with today's setting is fascinating. Like, you got to remember, when this originally came out, we were dealing with the war on terror and economic uncertainty. We're dealing with COVID now, so the reading, like how you interact with it and take the series, is very, very different. Like, the zombies straight up is COVID. The fear of that. So, it's to me, it's been really interesting to go and re-examine the series and think about its implications today. And this one is, I think, it's got that continued theme of like rebuilding family units and rethinking your interactions and your world. So Kirkman continues to nail down the reality of a pandemic. I think what he's done is really impressive, and he needs to be applauded for that. This was out this week. You can go get it in comic shops. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code, tell the shops near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some affiliate links. There are affiliate links, so we get a small percentage. By doing that, you help support our site, so thank you. And just by watching, you support our site, so thank you for that. If you want more image, skybound comic news, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.